All right, welcome everybody to the Community Spotlight. Tonight, we do have Ancestry Cigars with us on tonight, all the way from Chicago, joining us. Angel, do you want to give a proper introduction?
Today we welcome, I want to just straight up say, a friend, but a total badass. You know what I mean? Uh, Veteran, cigar brand owner, you know, woman cigar owner, company owner. She's vetted in her, you know, veteran community and making wonderful cigars. She's had such an amazing journey. As and I'm just can't wait to see what's ahead. So, you know what? For this total badass, let's bring her on. Eni- I didn't want to make funny, because I didn't want to be put in timeout. So I had to like question what
You
I
don't
was
want to
going to
go.
say.
You don't want to go in timeout. You're in timeout, Angel. You're in timeout. Go in the
All right.
corner. 5 minutes.
So,
Yeah. I had some
five
jokes, but I'll say
minutes.
like I can't do it.
Let's start out. Let's go back. When did you start? What got you into cigars, and when did you start?
So the business actually this coming Friday. We celebrating 6 years. It's the 6 year anniversary on Friday, August 28th. Basically, my journey for cigars was my husband was real instrumental in it because he would take me to the cigar lounges with him once he finally allowed me to go. And they were having union meetings. And basically, I would go to the cigar lounges, and the people that worked the humidor always told me that women didn't get into the industry. And I'm like, no, women get in everything. And they were like, no, it's not really any women in the industry. So, to make a long story short, I started doing my research and found out it was women in the industry. And so I think it was around about 2018, 2019, I decided to go ahead and go for it and come into the industry and start building the brand Ancestry Cigars Incorporated.
So, what year was that when you started visiting the cigar lounges and smoking for the first time? Roughly. How?
I started
Is there,
smoking. We've been together 18 years. So I started smoking roughly, I want to say back in 2011 because we got married in 2010. So we've been together 18 years and we've been married 16 years. So it was about 2011 I started smoking and going to the lounges with him and everything like that because I got tired of him leaving me going to the union meetings and I couldn't go because I didn't smoke
and,
cigars.
and I'm taking it he smoked for quite a bit more.
Yeah, he's been smoking for 30 some years, ever since
Okay.
yeah, about no 40 something now, because he's been smoking ever since he was like 21, somewhere in there.
Right. Okay.
So,
Um, Air Force.
yes,
Oh, what age did you join? Thank you for your service, first off.
you're very welcome. I joined at age 18, the month after I graduated in 1998. I went in the Air Force. Literally, I graduated in May of 98 and I went to boot camp in June of 98. Yeah.
So
Now, is this,
do you,
go ahead.
so do you feel like the Air Force like made you the person you are and like the way
Yes.
your lifestyle is?
Yeah, I do. With the discipline, like I have on and off times where I'm like really laser focused and everything like that. But then I have my downtime when I don't want to be bothered. But yeah, it really gave me the discipline that I have right now in my life. I don't think if I would have went in the Air Force, I would be as successful, or if I wouldn't have went in the military, period, I wouldn't be as successful as I am today because it really gave me the discipline and the drive that I have to this day, along with, the things that my parents instilled in me and all of the above.
Now, is there other family members that have also been in the military that helped, gave you that push or that direction to also
Yes,
take the call?
it is. Yes. So I'm the only female in my family that went in the military. That's number one. So I had my great grandfather was in the military, my grandfather was in the military, and my father when he was in World War II, he did the Navy, and then when he was in the Korean War, he did the Marines. And then I had an uncle that was in
Wow.
Vietnam.
Okay.
So
My
yeah,
grandfather
I'm
was
the only
also
one.
World War II.
Yeah, I'm the only one that went in the Air Force. Everybody was either in the Army or the Navy or the
Yeah.
Marines.
My grandfather, excuse me, my grandfather was actually on the USS Comfort that got kamikazed. So
Wow.
I
Ooh.
think he like 5 minutes early went to the opposite side of the ship, and then the other side got hit, and he was just over there. So crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy work. I commend all of them that have actually been in the wars, especially because, I mean, like I was talking to some guys yesterday when I was at our American Legion banquet, and some of them, they went in when they were like, the guy said he was like 1962, he went to Vietnam, and he was like, it wasn't called PTSD, it was called, we were shell shocked. That's what it was called. And
Yeah,
I was just sitting up listening to their stories. It was like, wow, if it wasn't for them, the younger generation in the military, we wouldn't be where we are today.
yeah. It's funny. Well, you mentioned shell shock. I had friends' parents that were in Vietnam, and I heard
Hmm.
that all the time. The shell shock verbiage coming from
Hmm.
them, and then moving forward, it was transition into PTSD, and I never put those two together. That
Yeah, they have a
that's
better term for it now rather than saying shell shocked.
yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Or as my buddy's dad used to say, is grab your ankles and pray
Yeah, that's
in
one of the reasons
Vietnam.
why, like, yeah, a lot of veterans, especially when it's like severe storms, when it's like tornadoes and stuff, earthquakes, it takes them back to the time when they were,
Yeah,
if they were in Afghanistan or all of those places, and they have, bouts. I know plenty of my veteran friends that they were in Desert Storm and all of those different conflicts and wars, and they like certain things you cannot do around them, like
yeah.
fireworks and all that stuff. You
Yeah.
can't because they
I
don't do
was just
well.
going to say 4th of July too, from all the fireworks. They don't like being around that from all the popping. And even if
Hmm.
they're watching it, they're like, nope, can't handle.
Exactly. Exactly.
So deciding, so you go back, you said about 18 years, you're smoking, you're going with your husband to the union meetings. Something clicked that you're like, you know what, I want to do my own thing. So
Mm.
where did that direction come from?
It came from basically me seeing that there was a need and a need needed to be filled, that more women needed to be into the cigar industry besides just being rollers. So when it clicked, I was like, okay, so how am I going to go about, doing this? And then our first manufacturer, because a lot of people they know because they've heard my story over and over again, but I really built Ancestry Cigars during COVID.
Okay.
That's how it was built. So the first manufacturer during while we were locked in and everything, I was basically learning because that's when Zoom came out and all of the above. So he would send samples to the house, then we would do a Zoom or a Google Duo, as they say, and we all FaceTime, and then we would sit up there and he would teach me about the cigars and everything like that, and then we just went from there. I was truly blessed when I started the business because literally I put in my incorporation paperwork and we thought it wasn't going to come back for like 2 weeks or so. And it came back in 20 minutes because nobody else was sitting up there and they were, starting the business because we didn't know if we would go die or not. So everybody was pretty much like, I don't want to start this. I don't want to start that. I don't want to start the other. But that's how it came into, I locked in and decided that it was time.
So and I know that for what I see as a consumer, um, people love stories,
Hmm.
and you along with many owners, but you specifically have checkmark card where you get to say, I'm a female owner, I'm a black owner, and I'm a veteran owner.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
for you doing your business, how much impact for you does that hold and the weight that that holds for you doing your business?
It has a lot of weight, especially now that I'm branching out, and I'm doing more with the American Legion, and everything like that. Because, like, literally, prime example, I was at the banquet yesterday, and so some of the guys, the ladies were like, "That's the owner right there. That's her." So they were looking like, "No, that's not her. That's not her." And they were like, "No, that's her." So they were literally going on social media and they were taking their phones and they were putting it up, looking, and I was like, "Hey, how are you?" It is me. But all of these things, I really don't. Um, I pay attention to them, but I don't,
Okay.
because anybody that knows me, they know that I'm like the most down to earth person. Like if you came to Illinois and you were like, "Hey, Need, I'm in Illinois," I'd be like, "Okay, well, come on over to the house, and we can sit up and smoke at the house. We can drink at the house. We don't have to go to a lounge, not unless you want to go to a lounge." But I don't. I those things. I just see myself as a person that has accomplished things in life. I don't think that those things. I mean, don't get me wrong; they're out there. It's great to have those things, but I just want people to like know me as being just a regular down to earth person that's from Chicago. That's about it.
But come on, is it an accomplishment? You're the first African American woman to
Yeah.
hold a tobacco license in the state of Illinois.
It's
That's
a
like a big thing. How do you feel
yeah,
about it?
it's a big thing, because if I don't know if the women would be as far as they are now in the state of Illinois if it wasn't for the doors that I basically kicked open and made sure that they stayed open for them. One thing I can say is like, I have my best friends. They'll say, we don't feel as though that people give you enough, basically give you enough compliments here because you really did something. Like if it wasn't for you, they wouldn't be as far as they are. And I don't see it that way. I just see it as just something that I did. It's been done, and I'm on to the next chapter of how far we're going to take the business. So that's the way I see it.
So you have this blend, which I have to say kudos because when I reviewed this, I did reach out to you during the review.
Hmm.
This might be the only cigar that when I had this took me back to my great grandmother's kitchen. And I was in
Hmm.
conversation with you when I was doing this, and I
Hmm.
was having some serious childhood memories when doing this.
Hmm.
Um, all the baking spice in here. I could literally see my great grandmother standing there, me coming into the kitchen and seeing my great grandmother Rose in there baking, waving,
Hmm.
and saying, "Hey, there's angel food cake on the counter. Just grab some." That's a pretty powerful blend to me. Um,
Yeah,
so
it's deep.
I want to know, like, how long during this process did this blend take to come to this final product?
So as everybody knows, Ish is our blender. He does all the cigars for Ancestry Cigars along with multiple people. We literally were at his house, I want to think maybe 4 or 5 days. In a matter of 2 days, we came up with 30 different blends. Right now,
Ish.
out of the 30 blends, we have Hatsapu, which is already out, and then Nandi comes out on our anniversary on Friday. So now we're down to 28 blends that we have to work with. It was a process. It was a very wonderful process because one thing I can say about our blender is he listens to you. He like
Yeah.
pulls the things out of you, and he really takes the time to make sure that he gets exactly what you want. So roughly from the time, I think that was May of last year, and then the next thing you know, August we released her, and then we just keep going. Because in actuality, I'm on a mission to have a 5-pack completed by the end of this year. So we still, after 90 comes out Friday, we still got three more to go, and then we'll be done for 2026.
So 5 SKUs by the end of the year. That's what you're aiming for.
You broke up.
Sorry, five SKUs lines by the end of the year.
Yeah, because what we plan on doing with that one, as everybody knows, with the tariffs, with the boxes and all the above, it's best right now until a lot of this tariff stuff goes away that you do 5 packs because it's easier and cheaper to get them over to the States as opposed to you trying to bring the boxes over here. And
Gotcha.
then 5 packs, you can bundle them up, sell them to the lounges, and go from there.
Okay. So I know you touch a lot on the Egyptian cultures with these.
Hmm.
How did you go through that selection process and be like, "Yep, you're the one"?
So I always go and when I'm naming a cigar, I always go and look at their, like, basically I do extensive research on the person and I have an idea I want to name the cigar. Right now we are basically going through, we're trying to do Egyptian queens that were actually really powerful in the military. So like
Okay.
90, when she comes out on Friday, that was Shaka Zulu's mother, and she was instrumental in making sure who Shaka Zulu was, that he was a warrior. So I try to do that. So basically acknowledge the women that are doing it in the military right now. Even before this time came where they're not promoting them because of whatever way you feel and everything like that. I always wanted to honor women that are, have basically in the military. So that's how I come up with the names. So I have a list of names. And basically, what we do is I send him the story. He creates the blend to go with their story, and then that's how we do it.
And you mentioned that you just had an event that was a veteran event. So how often do you do the veteran event?
So now for my American Legion, I'm the adjutant, which means, for those who don't know what that is I'm basically the engineer of the American Legion, also known as the secretary. And it was a really wonderful event. Our outgoing commandress, she just got promoted to our third district, no, first district commandress. So now I sit under our commander, which is a man, and we keep on going with the American Legion post, because now our goal is we want to start bringing younger people in because the older people are getting tired. Like a lot of the people in a lot, no matter if you're in the VFW or you're in the American Legion post, a lot of these people, you got to understand, they're from Korean War, they're from Vietnam War, and most of them are like in their 70s, 80s, and 90s. So the younger generation needs to come in and take over and keep up the fight because we don't know how much longer the older generation is going to be around. So it was really nice. And then the our national convention kicks off on Wednesday, and it goes from this Wednesday until September 3rd. And then we vote on the national offices for people to represent us to be able to go to Washington D.C. so that they can fight for veterans' rights. So, because we have to continue to keep fighting for our rights because every day they're trying to sit up and cut stuff that we've earned because a lot of the politicians never were in the military. So they think it's cool to mess with our money, but we served our country. We weren't sitting up draft dodging or getting waivers or anything like that. So, yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty interesting.
The
So,
promise when
yeah,
you sign, and then after they're like, "Nope."
exactly.
I've
They
heard that
are.
conversation. Yes.
Yeah, it's unbelievable the stuff that we never thought that we would have to go back to at this point in time, as veterans, to like fight for things that we have had that is nothing been wrong with it. And now they want to nitpick and they want to say, oh, well, we want to take this money from you guys and put it over there and do something else with it. So it's real crazy. It's really crazy times now. It really is.
Angel, quiet.
So I say I'm like all the background. I'm trying to like mute myself a little bit.
Oh, you're all good.
So going from the military to civilian life, like the transition. So how was the adjustment like?
The adjustment is very hard, especially when you used to being on schedule and this was your time. You got up at this time, you went to bed at this time, you did A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So like when you have to deprogram yourself from that. But I notice now that I'm getting older, I'm literally waking back up at like 5 or 6 in the morning. But a lot of times on Monday, if I'm waking up at 5 in the morning, that's the catch. It's just new show. So
Oh yeah.
it's 5:45. So it's very difficult. I don't think as a veteran we ever stop trying to get accustomed to like a civilian life because somewhere down the line something's going to trigger it and it's going to take you back to when I was in the military, so and so and so and so, this happened, that happened. And a lot of us, we are really on a strict regiment because we're so used to, and the longer, let me say this, the longer you stay in there, the worse it gets. It's the worse it's hard, it's harder for you to transition over to civilian life because I have friends that they've been in 25, 30 years and they still say, like, it's hard for me to transition to civilian life because I'm so used to, um, you know, this is my schedule. And now I don't have a schedule. So they're like, what do I do? you know? Besides, if they're a disabled vet, go back and forth to doctor's appointments, or, if they retire from the military and they choose not to go to work, what do I do? So it's very hard to find something that you can, basically do once you transition out. Because you also have to understand that some of us have PTSD. So if you don't really go to work for the federal government, like a lot of the private sector, not unless they're veteran friendly, they don't know how to deal with those times, the ups and downs and everything like that. So, you know, it's interesting. But I deal with it. I mean, I have never I tell everybody I have PTSD. I know like when it's coming. I know when I don't want to be bothered, when I want to isolate from people. And like my husband, it took him a while. He's a real angel to deal with my ups and downs when we first got married. Cause I mean, it was times he was like, I'm ready to divorce you because I can't deal with this. So but he's really stuck it through, especially my therapist from time to time. He'll come in and she'll be like, "Okay, well, what's going on? Is she good? Is anything changed? Do we need to do anything?" So it's manageable, but you normally know what I'm going through because I just retreat from everybody and I don't want to be bothered.
And you gotta put everyone in timeout.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I put everybody in timeout. You
Sometimes that's
know,
neat.
yeah, it is. It's needed. Because like for me, I don't take the medication. My therapist is I mean, like if you're not a certain level, she recommends that, you do marijuana. And I do indulge in marijuana and I know when it's time that I need an edible or whatever because I'm just like going way to the left. So I have it managed pretty well.
Which
So,
for me, that might be better than being hooked on pharmaceuticals.
because I actually have friends that they take the medicine and they walk around like zombies. And I'm like, oh no,
Yep.
I couldn't do it. I
Yep.
couldn't do it. Like you knocked out for 3, 4 days at a time. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I
Yep.
need to be alert, awake, and all of the above. Because I tell them all the time, I don't see how you all take that mess because that mess be having you walking around like you don't even know where you are.
Yep.
I'm like, oh no, I'm good. No, I want to be able to be in control of where I am, not sit up there and I wake up 3, 4 days later and I'm like, oh. It's 3, 4 days later, and I took the medicine like 3 days ago. No, I'm good. Mm-mm.
How was
Nah.
it Friday?
You know, it's like, but I have friends that they are at a certain level and they have to take it. And I'm like, if I was you, I would go to the dispensary and see if they got something that's the same milligrams as that because I couldn't do it. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No. Mm.
So
No, I hear that.
besides the whole being a veteran, your wife and your mom, like what have those things influenced you to becoming the woman you are now?
Well, becoming a mother really slowed me down because I was a wild card, and now it's more. I can't do this because even though my son is about to be 21 next month, I still have to set the right example for him. And even become being a wife, it really like my husband will look at me and he'll be like, "All right, that's enough of that." And I just shut it off. But it really, I mean, for real, like
Yeah.
everybody knows Reginald, and everybody will tell you when you Reginald gives me the look, I'll be like, "All right, I'll stop now." Okay. But it really has balanced me. It really has. And I just hope, that I'm really making my son proud, my husband proud, the ancestors proud, and all of the above. But it's balanced me. It's really made me like, okay, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do the other. Because I have a family I have to, set an example for. So, and especially when your son is away at college and his professors are ordering cigars and all of the above, they're like, you gotta be, you can't do a lot
Their
of
shoulder,
things.
their shoulder tapping them. Hey, can you get hold of your mom?
And I have to tell him, leave him alone. Go to the website and order. Please leave him alone. Because he had a teacher last year when he was a sophomore. Oh my God. He would be on our son, like, I know you got something. He's like, I don't even smoke cigars. No. Did my mom tell you to go to the website? Why are you harassing me about cigars?
That is hysterical.
It would be funny. And then when I would go down to the campus, he would like, I know you got something in the car. I'm like, I don't have nothing in the car. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You got something in your box. I said, I have my own personal use in my box, but no, I don't have any. Go to the website. Have fun. They'll get here. You're
So
closer to Florida than me, so they'll get to you quicker. So
Oh,
yeah.
that's
so is
hysterical.
there any interest in your son having any interest in getting into the cigar industry? Like
I don't
joining you?
know. I don't know. He is majored in finance, so hopefully one day he'll end up becoming our chief financial officer. But I have the slightest idea. We'll be in Atlanta, like I said, next month for his 21st birthday. So his dad was like, "Well, I want him to smoke his first cigar, to try it." So I don't know. And in one thing, let me say this: I don't pressure him. Like if you decide that you come to us one day and you say, "Hey, I want to join the business. I want to learn about the business and everything like that," that's fine. But I'm not one of those moms gonna be like, or parents that's gonna be like, "Oh, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that." But I did explain to him, when we're dead and gone on, you need to make sure that you put somebody in place to run the company that's gonna run it with the same values and morals that I had when your father had. I said, but you must stay on the board. You have to have that seat, or else somebody will come in and they'll take the company away from you. And then what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because he's focusing in on wealth management. That's what he wants to do in finance. So, whatever he decides to do, I'm not one of those. I'll be like, you gonna do this, that, the other. No, that's just like he'll tell you he never wants to go in the military. He's like, never. I'm like, well, it is what it is. You don't have to do
Yeah.
it, but you plan on going to grad school, and how you gonna pay for grad school? So just think about it. You know. Mm.
You might have to be putting some bands on.
But like I tell him, all of my benefits, like basically, once he gets 26, he no longer qualifies for them. So what are you gonna do? And if you're not in school, and we've already had the discussion, if he goes to grad school, he has to continue to go to grad school. After he graduates from college, he has to go straight to grad school because if he takes a break, they won't pay for grad school.
Yeah.
So
Playing the
that's on
game.
him. That's on him. So
Yep.
I don't even know what to say. He'll trust me. He's very. Uh, a lot of people say that he's an overachiever like me. So he's gonna do well. I'm quite sure that he will. He'll just have to find his own path.
So, for his first cigar, what's it going to be for his birthday?
His first cigar, I don't even know. My husband said he's probably gonna start him out with something light because the cigar lounge that we plan on going to when we get to Atlanta, the man that owns it, he went to Morehouse. He's a Morehouse graduate, so we plan on taking him there, so it won't be a lot of people around, and he could actually enjoy it and see if it's for him, and if it's not for him, then it's not for him. I don't know. I don't think he's ready to smoke his parents or buy. I
Wow.
Straight full body Maduro. Here you go, son.
don't know he's ready. I don't want him
Night
throwing
night.
up.
Night night.
So I don't know. We'll probably, I don't know. I have to talk to Ish to be like, can we make something light right fast for him? So he has a time. So, but I don't even know. I know it'll be a boutique brand, so
Yeah.
it'll probably be between probably something that's in Ish's line or somebody else's. So
So,
yeah.
how did you meet your blender?
So I don't know. You remember the Boutique Cigar Association?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yes. So we used to be in there, all of us, me, him, Kathy, um, Oscar, all of us. We used to be in there, and we had met years ago when we were at. We had like a boutique cigar association thing in Indiana, and that's where we met. So like as years go by, you lose contact and everything. So then when he came out here for the pipe show, Ronnie had been telling me like, I think you either need to go with him or you either need to go with Oscar. I think those would be the best suited for you. And I was like, okay, when they come to town, I'll talk to them and everything. Well, before Ish even got here, Ronnie was like, here's his number. You need to call him and have a conversation. So, if that's the route that you want to go, you'll know by the time he comes. So we had a
Mhm.
conversation and then he came here for the pipe show. And then it was pretty much it. And he was here for the pipe show. And then I had agreed, he was like, well, hey, I need you to come to my compound, which is my house, and stay a few days and we work on some stuff. And, we go from there. And that's what I did. I was at the compound. We worked on stuff. It was late nights. And like it's work. Like
Yeah.
if he's your blender, you got to put in work. He's not gonna play with you. Now you
No.
might be up to 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You go put in
Did
some work.
did he tell you to bring a translator?
No, actually, I understand what he says. I listen for the verbs, and then I put the sentences together. Sentences together. And so, but say
Just
when
nod
he
your
says
head.
my name, yeah, when he says my name, like this morning when he was on his podcast, you could tell he was tired because the Spanish was really coming out. So you were like,
Yeah.
okay, okay, all right, that's what he's saying. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
But it's
I rewatched it. He did say that he was sorry because he just got done speaking Spanish for a bunch of days, so
mm,
he's going to have a thick accent.
oh yeah, it was thick. It was real thick this morning. It was like, okay, maybe we should put the translator on, because it's really, really thick. And I get it, when you go over to Honduras and you're basically speaking Spanish all day, for several days, then it's crazy. What did he say? Funny guy. I know you were
Uh,
and he was tired
okay.
this morning.
I
So it
know.
was the thing about it, all of that. I was like, you're actually tired. You get tired. Oh my God. It
I
was
didn't
it was
think he ever
amazing that he was
got tired.
tired.
That was a shocker to me when I rewatched it. He was like, "I'm tired." I was like, "Wait, what?
I think he did like
You
30
say
minutes,
you're
maybe
tired?"
35.
Yeah. That was a
I
short
didn't
one.
he
know he
must
got. I didn't know he got tired.
I didn't know either. I was really shocked when he was out there for like 30, 35 minutes and he was like, okay, I got to go to bed. I was like, oh, you do get tired.
Yeah, it's just travel, I guess.
So
Hmm.
how fun is it, or like what's the experience like working with them, like blending and coming up with ideas, and
It's the most craziest shit ever. It's the most crazy. Like he doesn't know who he's gonna get on one day dealing with me. I don't know what he's gonna get. I don't know what day of the week I would get him. It's some crazy ass shit. And it's like, but it's like so crazy that you're actually learning. And see, he just said I just woke up for a 1 hour nap and almost jumped in the shower thinking it was the morning. Damn. But yeah, because he makes sure that like you are learning as you're going through the process, and that's one of the reasons why I had agreed that he could do the distribution for the company because that takes a little, um, you know, takes a lot off my plate because I don't have to deal with that. I just have to deal with everything else. So yeah, but it's amazing working with him. It really is, and it's amazing how no matter what, you're gonna keep learning as you go through the process with him. And if you stay with him or you go, you just always know that you still have that foundation that he instilled into you. Which I don't
Yeah.
plan on going nowhere. I don't know about nobody else, but I'm not going nowhere. So
I
you
mean,
know,
every time I watch stuff from him, I learn. So I
hmm
mad
yeah,
respect. I love learning. I graduated 2 bachelor's degrees, and when I die, I'll stop learning.
when I watch, I was
exactly.
just wait for like when's the wine coming out.
And the sick and the skinny white ones.
Yep,
Oh my god! Like I'm telling you, Adrian, you got to go watch this morning because he was
I
so
watched it.
tired.
I came back and watched it again.
Oh my god, he was so tired. I think we need to like film that. I mean, like screenshot it or do something, put in the archives because I don't think we gonna see him that tired again ever,
Well, there were
ever,
so many
ever, ever,
cools
ever.
he pulled out of the box.
I don't know how many times he's kept me up to like 3, 4 in the morning. I said, "Bro, I got to be at work in an hour." All right, I
He
guess
don't care.
I'm going to go straight to work. I guess at this point.
He
Hmm.
doesn't care. He was like, "Okay, you'll be good. Just get you some coffee."
Yep. Just get some coffee. Yep.
Mm. He'll be like, "Put a little hit in there. You'll be all right. You'll be good." But
So
yeah, but
you
he's
do you sorry, primarily off of the BAMP website, or have you gotten into the?
off
'Cause I
of
know there's
him
the
because
one cigar lounge in Chicago that supports boutiques.
yeah, so I'm basically waiting to have the 5 pack ready before I go ahead and start putting in the lounges. But even the lounges are like they don't want to wait on the 5 pack. They want this now. They want the other now. So now the month of September, I'll go ahead and start trying to get it in there.
Okay.
Because I really haven't been pushing it. I just been pushing everybody to the website, like, hey, go try it. Then you go to your lounges, tell your lounges what you want, that you want this cigar, and then we go from there. Because I've had so much other stuff on the plate. As you all know, we had 2 tornadoes in a matter of 2 weeks up
Yeah.
here. Excellent fun. It was really fun. It's loads of fun.
Yeah.
So the Midwest is still like in Indiana, which isn't that far from us. You still have people without power, and it's been 2 weeks. So they're
That's
saying that
crazy.
hopefully, yeah, it's very crazy because like now Indiana's NIPSCO is lying on ComEd, and then the ComEd guy came out and was like, no, we offered help. And I'm sitting up like, ooh, it's your turn. It's your turn. It's your turn. So it's hilarious how they've been going back and forth, but it's also sad because like especially in Indiana, like you guys should have been doing better with your infrastructure. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, Illinois out here by me, we got hit very bad. We didn't have power for what 4 days and everything like that, but they got it back on because they took help when other states would say, "Hey, we're sending crews and everything like that." They took that help, even though they had enough manpower. They could only work their manpower 16 hours, and they have to be off 8. So
Yeah.
somebody still has to work to help, put that stuff back together. But it's pretty we've had a pretty rough summer. Let's just
So
say that.
you had no power for 4 days. How fast did ice sell out? Because their refrigerators are, people going for coolers and get their food saved. So,
So let's say this. It was so bad in Indiana with their power being out, that they were coming into Illinois to get gas. So around the corner from our house, it was one gas station. It was open. They started price gouging. Then the county officials came out. Then the state officials came out. Then the next thing you know, the prices went back down. So what we were doing, we would go to the west. We would basically, from our house, we would go west. So we would go over to like Tinley Park or Orland or whatever and get gas and all of the above and ice. But we had a generator. We had two. So we just basically were filling up with gas and all of that. But we did lose food, like at the top of the refrigerator. We had to throw all of that out. The stuff in the freezer, pretty much, because it was like rock solid, it held on. But you got to understand, again, this was like the second time in a matter of 2 weeks that we had a tornado. And the last time, the first one we had to throw out everything. So, and then this time, basically, we lost more tree limbs on the trees in the front. The gazebo ended up in a pool.
oh wow.
Uh, the chair in the garden ended up all the way at the end by the fence. So it was pretty bad. Like the winds were so high, you could feel the house moving,
Wow.
and it went
Crazy.
through. And like my husband, he's never been in a tornado, but I had been in like a few when I was in the military, so I knew what to expect. But I mean, like to just come out your house after they let the sirens go off all clear and just see the devastation that you saw. And there's still like one of the suburbs over here by us, like it's basically people built their houses in a forest. So they're still cleaning up stuff like our tree limbs and all that stuff. They just cleaned our stuff up on Friday. They came through and they cut all the tree limbs up and they did our whole subdivision. But it's bad. Like it was really really bad. So I'm just hoping the storms are over with. That we won't get any more anytime soon. But they like I think on Wednesday or whatever they said we're at a level 1 for severe storms. So we'll see. We shall
So
see how this is gonna work.
what wind speeds did that hit up to? Like 70s
A
or that
hundred,
that high?
100. It was
Holy
100. Yeah. Like if you go on, if you go on basically Google and put in Midwestern severe storms in Illinois, you'll see all the pictures of how bad it was tore up. You got some people like some of these people over here that got expensive houses in Flossmoor over by me, like trees were still on their house. Our attorney, he can't even live in his house. They told him he's gonna be out of his house for 9 months.
Wow.
So,
oh
so they put him and they got him at an Airbnb. Him and his wife until they could go. Their house is sore. Like literally, I drove
um,
past it and I was like, wow. Like the trees are literally sitting on the roof. And he was like, I told you I wasn't gonna be back in my house for 9 months. Was like, wow. But it was bad. Like for real. It was really bad. And like I said, I just feel sorry for the people in Indiana because to be without power for that long, like if you
yeah,
look at like news stuff and seeing them lined up to get food and all that stuff, and then especially in some parts of
yeah,
Indiana, the kids can't even go back to school because they don't have any
yeah.
power. So they don't know when they're going back to school. So but hopefully they'll have power this week, especially with ComEd. Our electrical company are some true G's. Yes, they are. Because they got that shit up and running. They were like, oh no. Because I don't know if you guys saw the pictures where I showed where all of the electrical poles, they were in the street. That's how the
Yeah.
tornado came through. And they were just
Yeah,
like in the street. Just like, wasn't even nothing.
that's because they was yelling
So,
at their crew. They was yelling at the crew, bear down.
oh, they, they were bearing down. But it was awesome to see them. Like literally, they just cut the power on the street over by us, and they just started throwing the poles in the grass. And was like, "We'll deal with this later. We'll just have to come back." It was like really awesome. Those men and women, they were not playing. They cut that power. They got out there. They started the forestry people started cutting the poles and just throwing them in the grass. Like, we'll deal with this. And they're
Yep.
still over there. They still haven't came. You know, they had to put up new poles, but they haven't even taken the old poles away yet. So, welcome to the Midwest. We're the new Oklahoma and Missouri and all those good places.
So
Mm-mm.
Oklahoma can say, "Hey, it's now okay."
You know, I know everybody sitting up there like, Illinois, you all. Now, don't get me wrong, Southern Illinois, they would get it, but not up here as far as us. We never used to get it like this. Now, don't get me wrong, we would get like heavy snow and all that stuff, but we didn't get tornadoes like this, like we've gotten this summer. So,
So, you
as
born and
they
raised in
say,
Chicago? Yes.
yes,
You have a lot of family
yep.
rooted in Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. We have, well, now, it's basically like my aunt is the only one of my mom's siblings is still left, and all of my dad's siblings, they're gone, and his parents and my grandparents are gone. So it's only now my sister, myself, her kids are still here, and then it's myself and my husband and his family.
Okay. You guys,
So, but yeah,
big.
I'm rooted.
You guys do
So the family I
family
married
gatherings
into
still?
is huge.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna
Yes, the
say because
family I
like
married into is huge.
looking
It's
through your
huge.
content, it seems like you do a
It's
lot of family events and gatherings, and
yeah,
you have a lot of
yeah. My
family
husband's
in there.
family is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of our last name Blanton is very popular. A lot of people always ask us, are we related to Blanton's bourbon? Somewhere down the line, yeah, yes. Um, and I get it all the time. You related to Blanton, da 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 da. I'm like, yeah, that was actually the slave master for my husband's people. So that's the reason why the last, if you hear anybody or see anybody with the last name Blanton, nine
Mm.
times out of 10, they are related to us. Because my husband's father was married the first time. He had 14 kids with the first wife. And then out of 22 kids my husband's mom had, he married her, 18 were his. So it's a lot. Yeah.
That
It's
is
a
a
lot of
big family.
kids. Yeah.
Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's interesting. But my family is kind of sort of small because, like, my grandmother, she only had 4 kids. And then my great grandmother, she came from 12 because, in all actuality, my family originated from Nashville, Tennessee. But my grandmother was actually born in Chicago, Illinois.
Okay.
So, and my great grandmother, she was like, I grew up with a lot of kids, a lot of siblings. I only want one, and she had one, and that was it. She didn't have any more. So, yeah.
So for being from Chicago, like give us some of your favorite spots to hit, eat, hang out. You know what I mean? Just in case someone wants to travel there and do something.
I like hanging out in the lakefront. I especially like hanging out in Hyde Park. I don't go downtown as much as I used to anymore, because downtown is high as hell. So I spend most of my time, and then the crime is kind of sort of high right now. So I spend most of my time in the suburbs. As far as pizza, I like Italian Fiesta. I like Lou Montanelli's. My favorite steakhouse would have to be Primal Cut that's in Tinley Park. I like Gibson's. I do a lot of like that. I mean, I love oysters, so I basically now I go a lot in the suburbs. If I'm not in out in suburbs by my house, I go to the suburbs in Oak Brook, and I do a lot of eating. And then another favorite place of mine now is the Obama Center. Um, and I like the fact how they had a garden if you don't want to go into the museum, because we actually toured it on June 30th, my husband and I, with some friends, and we really enjoyed it. And we were actually there when they broke ground, because the building and my husband used to be the chief building engineer was literally 2 blocks from when Obama Center was built. So we lived on the
Yeah.
22nd floor, And we saw when they came in and cleared out all of the trees and everything, and they started building it to what it is right now. I like going to Buckingham Fountain. I like Navy Pier. When you've been here all of your life and you only left when you were in the military and you ended up coming back, it's like you used to everything now,
Yeah.
And that's probably the way a lot of people are, no matter where they live, especially if they live there their whole life.
So, what would be your favorite guilty pleasure food in Chicago?
The original rainbow cone. I always get their banana split. I love it. And I always get uh, butter pecan ice cream, chocolate, mint chocolate chip, and what's the other one I always get? And I always do like the cookies and cream. So that would be my guilty pleasure. Yes,
That is
but I only have
banana
it every
split
so
right
often.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they banana splits are so big. The original rainbow cone, it takes you like 3 to 4 days to finish. So, like two people can, for real. They've been around a long time. They just had their anniversary. I think it was 100 years or something like that. They just had it, and like it took
100
like two
years?
people.
Wow.
I believe so. It was last week, and like literally, they can two people can eat off of it. Let's just say that. So we are blessed to have one down the street from where we live, and we don't have to go into the city to the original one. Which actually, the original one, I grew up off of that one because I went to high school over there in the area where the original one is right now. So yeah, and then the Italian beef too, Bona beef. The Italian
I
beef's
was
off the chain.
I was just gonna say, do you have a favorite Italian beef spot?
Bona. Yep,
Bona.
Bona beef.
Okay.
I love Bona beef. Their beef is so tender. I like them better than Vienna. So yeah, I like that. Theirs is yeah, off the chain. If you ever come to Chicago, go to Bona Beef, go to Original Rainbow Cone, go to Heroes.
Yeah, I had so my buddy's dad grew up in Chicago, so he always had Portillo's coming in because that's what he grew up off of. And so when I went
Hmm.
out there, I had to fulfill a promise because he's no longer around. So I always said, when I go out there, Rick, I'll go eat. So when I was out there, I went and
Uh-uh.
ate it. And I had the combo, the Italian beef with the sausage in it. My
My
girlfriend said,
husband loves it. Did you put mustard
"Yeah,
on there with
yeah,
mayo? Oh, he loves it.
yeah." My girlfriend said, "No, I don't want that. That looks too big." She took a bite and she goes, "What
Mm-mm.
the f is that?" And I said,
Welcome to Chicago, they
she
say.
kept coming back
It's
and forth for bites, and I was like, "You should have just ordered one." She goes, "No, that's too much food." And she just kept coming back and
hmm
in for snipes. I was like, "But the hot dogs?" Because I got both because I have a friend that goes out there. That's all. I was like, "Yeah, they're just hot dogs. It's nothing special." And the
Mm-mm.
Italian beef is
Mm-mm.
way better. So
Mm-mm.
yeah. Oh
Now
man.
you should have went to the Wiener Circle up on Broadway so they could curse at you. That's like when my husband used to be up
Oh, if
there
I
on the
would have
north
known
side.
that, I would have been in
Oh
there.
my God. The next time you come to Chicago, go to the Wiener Circle. The Wiener Circle is like it's known all around the country.
They
And
just
they
cuss at you the
are
whole time.
yes, it's really funny. It's really
That's
funny.
good.
They put like
I like
crazy
environments like
stuff
that.
on the yeah, they put crazy stuff on the board, It's just really fun.
That's great.
You'll
I
have a good
like
time. You really will.
yeah, I like stuff like that. That's awesome. Um,
Hmm.
that's great. And do you have a favorite lounge out there that you like visiting? Do you
Really?
Wow. You can't
or
put it
say
in a spot like this.
let's not say favorite. Let's say do you
That
have
you
lounges
frequent.
close by you? Yeah, frequent lounge that you go to. Um, maybe because
Yes, I
it's
have several.
located by
I have
your
several
house.
lounges.
Okay.
Yeah, Little Havana in Frankfurt is one of the lounges that I go to a lot. Then our friends' lounge that they own in the city, No Low Cigar Lounge. I go there a lot. I used to go to the Casa Brand, which they're in Countryside, Villa Park, and they also have Byron's, which is in Schaumburg. But now that I'm further south, like literally on the other side of 80, I'm close to like 215. Yeah, I have to get on 294 to go around and go to their lounges. But there also Carmen Lounge, which is in Indiana, it's in Hobart, because it's like a straight shot from my house down Lincoln Highway, straight
Okay.
on to Indiana, and I can go there as well. Element Cigar Lounge, which is in Indiana, in Highland, Indiana. So those are and when I get to go to Norwood Cigar Lounge for time to time, that's another one on my list.
That was a good recovery.
Yeah.
So who's
I
dragging
feel
who to the lounge? You or your husband?
Normally it's me now.
Okay.
It's me.
yeah,
Yeah, it's me.
it's
It's shifted. But we're more now like once you're at home, you say, okay, I have my stock of cigars at home. I can have my liquor, then I can drink as much as I want, and then I don't have to worry about driving. So
yep,
now we're more of the homebodies, especially since, we're pretty much empty nesters. So we go out to the lounge every now and then. Like I think what it's been like 3 weeks since we've been out to the lounge, and we just really enjoy smoking at home, entertaining at home, and everything like that. So
yeah.
yeah. Okay. Plus, I can actually enjoy the cigar instead of, sometimes people don't respect especially when they know that you're a brand owner, no matter what business you're in, they don't respect your private time. So that's another reason why I like staying at home as
You,
well.
you never know what you're going to get walking into a lounge too. You
Yeah.
get that,
Yeah. You
get
don't.
someone who just won't leave you alone no matter what. You're just like, I'm just trying to have a cigar.
Exactly. So you have
I
to
got friends
like
I met. Yeah,
pick your poison and you're like, do I go out or do I stay at home? Okay, I'll just stay at home because that's the best thing today.
yeah.
So yeah.
No,
So
I hear that. We only have like one lounge here where I'm at, so
really?
I'm not.
Oh, I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah, yeah. The next one is like 45 minutes away.
Well, California has those strange rules now. So
Yeah, there is to get into here to sell, but we don't have the taxes like New York has. So there's pros and cons to every state. I could live in Utah and not get mail order. So I mean,
well, starting January 1, we're going on a 75% cap on cigars here for 2 years to
yeah,
2029. Then they're gonna I guess, whatever which it don't matter to me because I switched all of my stuff over to Florida, so it don't matter no more what they do. I just live here. They say so. I don't care what they do. I was actually talking to a gentleman the other day. We were talking about it, and he was like, "So it don't bother you anymore?" I was like, "No." I was like, "My stuff isn't here no more. It's in Florida, so I don't care what they do." And he was
I
like, "Well,
just
they're talking about going to a dollar cap after the 75%. That's going to be the final." I'm like, "Yeah, we'll see. They said that before. Look how long it took them to get a 75% cap
yeah,
on premium cigars. So we'll see how that works out." As they say, it is what it is.
taxes in all states are going AWOL.
Mhm. Everything's high,
Unless you're in
as they
Florida.
say. I know, man. Florida, good old Florida. You just go to Florida, you don't want to leave. When I get to the airport, I start crying and kicking my, like having a tantrum because I got to come back
It's just so cheap here.
because they got Mickey. That's why it's so cheap. And they don't have no
Yeah,
income tax.
no,
Mickey eats up a lot of stuff down there, you
yeah.
know.
You just got to worry about
But
weather.
but you know what? They haven't had this year like they
No,
normally have.
yeah.
I'm sorry, it's a
Thankfully,
rabbit in my backyard. Yeah, they don't
yeah,
have the hurricanes like they've had. It's
yeah,
us that guys gotten tore up.
yeah,
I told Ish, I said, you gonna probably need to come put some storm windows on.
yeah, yeah.
We're gonna need you to tornado proof our house.
I would also like to
Mm-mm.
make a trip to this place,
Oh,
To which
Creekside.
place?
Creekside. They are very boutique
Uh,
friendly.
okay, okay,
Very boutique
yeah.
friendly.
It's really cool that all the lounges are starting to become more boutique friendly now.
Well, I
That's a
think for
plus.
those, they're a younger group of individuals that own that, like 20s. So
Hmm.
they pay way more attention to social media and aware of what consumers are doing. So they take all that into consideration. So
But thank God for social media. They put us boutique brands on the map.
yeah,
Because
Yes.
without social media, a lot of people would know about us. I say this all the time, COVID was a curse and it was a blessing because, like, people had the podcasts were coming out and the Zooms and they were doing the hearse and all of the above. And that's how a lot of us, became popular because of those things. And if we didn't have COVID, to this day, a lot of people would know who we were or who we are.
I wouldn't know
So,
who a lot of these were if it wasn't for social media.
yeah,
But do you also feel
social
So
like
media.
the whole, you know, being live and being personable on social media and all that, it helps you out a lot because
It
you
helps
don't get
me
that from the
out.
bigger brands.
Yeah, it helps me out, but I also have to, myself personally, I curb how many lives. Because if you look, I really don't do a lot of lives. I do more interviews than I do actually lives, because I have so much other stuff that I have going on, and I try to hop on other people's lives, and come in, say hi, and everything like that, and support them, as opposed to everything always being focused on me. And honestly, so I just don't want to do all those lives.
yeah,
I mean, it's enough for posting and everything like that, and mostly all of those are scheduled,
yeah,
and they're done at night. When I'm in the bed before I go to bed, I'll schedule the stuff for the week. Or when I had an intern, the intern she would do that before she went back to school, and I'm hoping that she'll decide that she can fit me in during her college time, and then I really won't have to do it anymore. But I just don't. I don't. I mean, a lot of people think I'm camped out on social media, but I'm not. Sometimes you're talking to me, and sometimes this summer you were talking to the intern. So I just don't do it. I just
yeah,
find it, to support everybody else.
yeah. Not everybody does it.
Hmm.
People just have
And
busy,
it's, yeah.
division of life and owner. Uh-oh,
So how's it going, Greg?
it's going. She just went dark. Uh-oh. Hopefully she didn't lose power again.
Yeah, that was up. So how's your
Wow.
cigar treating you?
Oh, I love this cigar. I said this is one of the very few that brought me back to memories other than getting into flavor notes. So I do love this cigar. Sorry you can't have one right now, so
I'll smoke one later. I have one
it
sitting for me.
okay. It is what it is. How was there we go. Hold on. Hold on.
I'm
Boom. There you go.
He's back.
Let me turn on the
Guess
light so
who's
you can be able
been
to see me. As they say, no, we still have spotty Wi-Fi. They're still working on that though.
that's all right.
I can honestly say that they haven't gotten that together from the storms. So I don't know what's going on. They might be working on it. Okay, I'm back. Hi guys.
So we are hour and 3 minutes in. Are you
I thought
ready,
Greg put
Angel?
you in timeout. Don't worry about it.
You
No.
know what?
Why would I put her in timeout?
Did you
Um,
just cut Angel off? Hello?
no, I didn't do that. That must have been YouTube. You ready for some quick fire?
I can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
Can't hear me?
No.
Let me see. Can you hear me, Angel?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. I was gonna joke, but yeah, I can hear
Don't
you.
be doing that.
Okay, now I can hear you.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Can you hear Angel?
Nope.
Good.
I'm
All right.
listening.
You ready for some quick fire questions?
Sure. Fire them up.
All right. Favorite cigar cut?
V cut.
V cut. Okay.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Mhm.
With your blend, your favorite cigar pairing or your for to drink?
With that one, well, had to poo, it would have to be bourbon.
Bourbon. Okay.
Hmm. Yeah.
Favorite cigar smoking location?
At home.
At home.
Yeah. At home.
I think I know the answer to this one, but closed foot or open foot?
Close foot. Yep.
Um, Favorite cigar accessory?
I would have to say my pick. Yeah.
Your
That's
pick.
what.
Okay.
Yeah, because I smoke my cigars down to the nub.
Okay. So
That's
this
good.
one you have to choose one.
Oh
Okay.
man.
No other option. You have to choose one. Bears need a quarterback for the next 5 years. We have to depend on one. You going Justin Fields or Mitchell Trubisky?
Justin Fields
Okay.
still got his jersey, and he's doing well right now with the Kansas City Chiefs as Mahomes is back
Is
up.
it
I saw some of
okay?
his. I saw him the other night when they played. Was that last week? And he looked pretty good.
Okay.
Favorite historical figure?
Ooh, that's hard. Ooh, my goodness, favorite historical figure. That's hard. Oh my god, Al Capone. No, for real. I really love me some Al Capone. He was badass. Yeah, Al Capone. I can honestly say that.
So this one's family or friend. Who's one person that you would love to sit down and have a cigar with right now?
Oh wow. I would have to say my great grandfather, because by the time I was born, he was already deceased. He had died in 1972, and I was born in 1980. So my great grandfather.
So one word that describes Ancestry cigars.
Mm, a lot of words to describe us. Let me see.
Angel
I
asking
would.
tough questions.
I know. I would have to say historical.
Historical. Okay.
Yep.
Um, Toro or torpedo?
Toro.
So you're solo smoking or with friends?
I like to solo smoke a lot.
Okay.
That's all I do. Um,
Yeah.
already talked food. I had so many food questions. Would you rather watch if you had the one ticket, would you rather go watch a Bears game or a Cubs game?
Oh, that's a hard one. Oh my
I
God.
know.
Cubs. Cubs, because Armstrong is gonna be the MVP. So Cubs, we're Cubs fans in this household. It's serious. Hmm. Yes, I would say the Cubs.
So if your brand had a theme song, what would it be?
What would our brand theme song be? Oh my God. Oh my God, that would be a hard one. I don't know the theme from Scarface. I don't know.
The team from wow. Wow.
No, you know what? That's a hard one if we had a theme song because like A lot of the stuff that we do, especially when we do, like songs when we're releasing stuff, we do a lot of Afro beat songs. So I would guess it would have to be something that's like Afro beats, this like tribal.
Okay.
So yeah.
Is there a building in Chicago that you would love to have a cigar in?
Let me see. The Obama Center, the new one on the top floor where I'm looking out and I can look hundreds of miles. Yeah, up there.
Okay.
One person you love to sit down and have a cigar with,
Um,
besides me.
you know what, Angel, you're gonna get your time to sit down and have a cigar with me. I would actually want to sit down with Barack Obama and have a cigar with him.
Okay.
Yeah, just to pick his brain to figure out like what was he thinking when he had to go, with Bin Laden and all of these people. You know, I would love to sit down with him and smoke a cigar.
So if you had to answer this one like in 2 years, what is one thing that you would like your business to do in the next 2 years?
Let me see. In the next 2 years, I would want us to be more international. That's what I would want us to be more international, so that people overseas could actually get to experience what the people stateside experience when they smoke our cigars.
Um, One place in the world you'll love to visit.
Egypt. That's one of my goals on my list by the time I'm 50. Once they everything tones down over there, so I want to go and visit the National Egyptian Museum because I want to see Hatshepsut statues, some other ones that I want to see. So yeah, Egypt.
That'd be that'd be a cool place to go. Um,
Yeah. Now I don't want to ride a camel. I'm good.
I'm
I'm
good.
good. I don't need to be on a camel. I just want to go and see the museum. That's it. I'm good.
Ish is, he's got my vote on where to go.
My humidor. Oh wow.
Say my humidor in Spain was the right answer. You come talking about me going to your humidor in Spain. Why am I go to your humidor in Spain when I can just come to your house?
Oh, he has walls and walls of cigars.
You got wine and you got cigars. Why do I need to fly to Spain?
Because you're in Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're that much closer to Egypt. You can just start there. Um, what is one rapper that you would love to work with?
Candela,
Okay.
because I like it. I like the bitterness of it. I love to work with that rapper to see what creation he could come up with.
So, who throws down better in the kitchen, you or your husband?
I do all of the cooking. He very rarely cooks.
Oh, damn.
Hopefully he does dishes.
He eats.
He does. He does. He does. I mean, he cooks, but I do all of the cooking. Now he'll barbecue, but I do all of that, and it's probably because I was raised old school, and like I learned how to cook from my mom and my grandparents. So he loves when I cook. So
Favorite dish that you love cooking?
tails,
What was it?
oxtails.
Oxtails. Okay.
Yeah, I like cooking oxtails. That's one of my favorite dishes to cook.
Um, if you can make one drink, what would it be?
Alcoholic,
Yeah. Or, yeah.
Anything.
a dirty martini because I love dirty martinis.
Me too.
Mhm.
Me too.
I love a
Um, let's see here. What if you could sit on a tropical island just to have cigars? Which one would you choose?
Oh my goodness. Oh Lord, that's a hard one.
There's a lot out there.
Yes, um, I really want to go to Hawaii. I really do.
Okay.
That's one of the places that I want to have a cigar there. That's one. And then the other one, I would have to say, I would want to go to Panama and Honduras, especially, it just came back from there. And that's one of the places I've always wanted to go to was Honduras as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Angel?
So if Ish says let's jump out of a plane, like a plane right now, will you do it with him?
Hell no. I'm afraid of heights. I'd be like, bye. See ya. See you when you get, I'll be on the ground waiting for you. No, 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 no. And a lot of people don't understand it. They were like, how are you in the Air Force? Are you afraid of heights? I didn't fly planes. I was the Air Emergency Equipment Inspector. I didn't have to be on a plane like that. I'm really afraid of heights. I don't even get on roller coasters.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had to grab a cigar and you got two rooms to choose from, cigar in each, but you got to go get one. Are you going to go through a room with 10,000 cockroaches, or are you going to go through a room with 100 scorpions?
I'll take the cockroaches, Alex, for 2,000. Thank you. Those scorpions are no punk. You forgot I was in the desert for 6 months, so I'm good. No, I'll take the roaches.
Okay, there's a lot of roaches.
I'll take the roaches and I'll just make sure that I strip down after I come out the room. But I'll take the roaches. I'm good. No. No, no, no. I'll take roaches. Mm-mm. I don't do mice. I'm afraid of mice. Yeah. I don't.
Uh,
I'm good. Mm.
Are you like Desperate Housewives type of watching, or like serial killer?
Um, I have to say I like them both because I watch a lot of reality TV and then I watch a lot of serial killer stuff. And so I would have to say both.
Okay.
hmm. If you're sitting in the backyard, you want to throw some music on. What's it going to be? What you
It all
go
depends
to?
upon how I feel for the day. I like a lot of trap music. Like,
Okay, some trap.
so let me say this just because I'm from Chicago, I like house music, but I can't sit up there and listen to it all the time, have it playing. So, some trap music. I like old school music. Like Ronald Isley, that's one of my favorites. So, like, yeah, I'm not like a lot of people think because you're from Chicago, everybody likes house music. I like it, but I don't like it like that. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
So favorite movie?
Oh Jesus. Let me see. American Gangster. That's my movie. That is my movie for real. Um,
American Gangster.
yeah, yeah. He played that role. He really did play it. He did an excellent job.
Favorite, most iconic thing that Chicago offers.
Um, I would have to say when I grew up, it was the Sears Tower. Now it's called the Tower, but I still call it the Sears Tower.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Willis, Willis, but pronounced Sears.
Exactly. That's my favorite one, besides Wrigley Field, because Wrigley Field, we're having the All Star game here in 2027.
Yep,
All those
yep.
that are coming to Chicago, we will be at the All Star game. Just FYI.
120 years old, I believe, for Wrigley.
Yes, Wrigley is Wrigleying. They're old.
Yep, yep.
You
Second old
know,
stadium in baseball.
yeah, I just want to see because I'm thinking they should be getting ready to put the All Star. I don't know if they're gonna put the All Star tickets on sale when the playoffs start in October or how they're gonna do that. But they should be getting ready to start working on stuff for 2027. What did he say? What is wrong with him? Scorpio soup is awesome ish. Really? Oh my goodness. Here we go. You know, but yeah, we shall see how they're gonna do that. Because they just announced the Little League game for next year, and it's gonna be the Cubs and the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah, they announced it the other day, so that's gonna be pretty hot for them to do that there.
All right,
So
let's go.
I'm just
Two
waiting.
more, Angel.
So one more each.
Oh, two more each.
Oh, um, who do you feel is the most iconic person that came out of Chicago?
That came out of Chicago.
Yeah,
Wow, that's a hard one.
Yep.
We've had a lot of iconic people come out of Chicago. So
Mhm.
that's a hard one. That's like notable. Oh, Jesus. Uh that's kind of sort of hard.
but just be a personal opinion.
Well, I would have to say that actually are you saying they was actually born and raised here or that they came here and they set up life at some point in time?
That it came and set up life at some point.
So I would have to say Michael Jordan. Yeah, I would have to say him because especially all of the stuff that he's doing now in retirement,
Yeah,
um, and how he's went back home to where
yeah. I'm
he's
with Ish.
from.
I'm with Ish.
What did he say? Al Capone. He knows that I love Al Capone. I'm trying to keep it politically correct, okay? All right, okay. Yes, Al Capone. Yeah, especially the St. Valentine's Day massacre. Well, a lot of
Yeah,
people don't understand about the mob, especially when they were so big here. They sent out runners to clear the street. And when I was growing up, like my great grandmother and my grandmother would talk about that. And I was like, they sent out a runner. And I was like, what the hell was a runner for? They were like to clear the street because they was getting ready to come through shooting. That's what the runner was for. I was like, well, did the runner get killed? And when I would ask all these questions, my grandmother and my grandparents would be looking at me like, really? No, the runner didn't get killed. That was their job to go and tell everybody to get off the street.
yeah.
But yeah, Al Capone, he's a badass. He really was. Him and all the rest of the mafia. Because our slogan in Illinois is you come to Illinois on vacation, you leave on probation.
Yep.
Well, we have a lot of governors that went to jail. We, you know.
So, who out of the entire cigar industry would you love to sit down, pick their brain, and have a cigar with?
Um, Let me see. That's a hard one because I've met quite a few of them at events and stuff like that, but we've talked like maybe 5 to 8 minutes. I would have to say, damn, that's a hard one. Y'all giving me some hard shit tonight. Um, you know what? I would have to say I would want to sit down and talk to Karen again. Yeah, that's who I would like to sit down and
Pretty
talk to
powerful
again.
female right there.
Yeah, yeah, I would like to sit down and talk to her again.
So out of these two cigars that it for your new one coming out, that it's just blended. If one of them could survive the zombie apocalypse, which one would it be?
It's a poo. It's a poo. It'll be her. Because if you know the story, Hatzapu, she commanded a lot of militaries. Basically, the reason why you don't hear too much about her is because her stepson was jealous of her, and he made sure. that when he came into power, he wiped everything out except a few things about his stepmother. So be had to move. She would survive.
Gonna
Nandi would too, but she would definitely survive. But
have
she
to
used
look
to
at
go
my
back and
history.
forth. She would go back and forth and she would dress as a pharaoh. And the men didn't know that she was a woman. So yep, she would survive.
So I believe that was two.
I don't
Or
know
we
how
have one
many it
more.
was. I got all the time in the world.
We'll go one more because I lost track.
You have
Um,
one more.
okay. Favorite Chicago Cubs player from you? Since you Cubs family.
Right now or previous?
All time.
All time, my favorite Cubs player
Past, present.
was Ryan Sandberg was my favorite. Yeah, him,
Good old
Sean
Rhino.
Dunston. Yeah,
Yeah.
him,
Good old
Sean
Rhino.
Dunston, all of them. Mark Grace, those were my favorites. Because when I was growing up, my great grandmother, like in the house, she had two TVs, and she would have the Cubs playing on one TV and the White Sox playing on the other. It would be crazy.
Okay. You put the White Sox on TV?
Yeah, she used to, really, she would always watch the White Sox on the black and white, and she would watch the
Okay.
Cubs on the colored TV.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but even my dad, he was a Cubs fan as well. Yeah. Only thing we go to the White Sox stadium here for us to get drunk and eat good. Yeah, pretty much it. You
Watch a
know.
losing team.
Well, I'm tired of my friends complaining about, oh, well, we're in first place. I'm like, have you all seen your division? Everybody's below 500, so it's not hard to be in
Yeah.
first place. You're talking about the Cubs, but our record is still better. But look
Yeah.
who we going up against. We going up the Brewers in
Yeah.
first place. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody in the AL Central Division is
My
literally.
team, my team in that division too. That's not an easy division.
Mm-mm. No, and they're
So,
all talking about, well, we're in first place. I guess you would be if everybody's under 500 except the White Sox.
yep.
They're going to
Yep.
get to the playoffs. They're probably not going to make it past the first round. And there you have it. So,
Yep.
I mean, just be happy that I guarantee you this is going to be the last year y'all going to be in first place like that. But, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. We got some hard teams. But I know yesterday, those White Sox had a field. I mean, the Cubs had a field day with the Seattle Mariners, 19-2.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It's wonderful, so wonderful.
All
So,
right,
Angel,
Angel.
how about
Last
them?
one.
How about
I
them
got the last
Yankees?
one. Let's see. If you can take one of Ish's businesses, which one will you take? The winery or the cigar industry?
The damn winery, G. Just put me in the
Uh-oh.
field with the grapes and give me a straw, and just come back in a few days. The winery. hmm Yeah, just come back in a few days. Make sure I'm okay. I'm still alive.
Maybe say something nice, so he might give it to you anyway.
He's not gonna give it to me. As they say, he keeps saying it. We need to go visit it, and we're gonna go visit. But I already know I probably ain't gonna want to come home. Here he goes again. Here he goes again. That one is taken by me. They say, just give me a
So,
straw.
a straw. You only got one straw out there.
Yeah.
So you said one of your answers in 2 years international.
hmm
What would that look like on paper for you to? Because I know TPA is working on doing international stuff.
hmm
If I stand corrected on that.
Yeah.
Um, so what does that mean for you as a business owner in order to do that? Are you going to have to travel abroad in order to do all that?
Yeah, I would have to travel abroad. I would have to deal with do the connections that I have with Ish and everything to make sure that those cigars get overseas. And just introduce to because he travels overseas a whole lot more than I do. But just
Wait, he
make
just got
sure they
back.
get in the right hands. Yeah, he literally got back yesterday. They get in the
Yeah.
right hands so that they can create a following and go from there. So, yeah, it's doable.
Yeah. Because I
It really
believe
is.
Honduras he just got back from. Is that right?
Yeah, he just got back from Honduras. He pictures were posted up today with him and the president. He actually had on a suit, guys. Did you guys see him in a suit?
I did see
He looked
that.
really professional. Angel, didn't he look professional? Oh my God, I couldn't believe it was him. I had to blow it up. It's like, it's not him.
We got to frame that.
I know, and we should put it on a T-shirt for him and send it to him. Be like, see, this is what he looks like when he's dressed up in a suit. Come on. I thought he only wore polo shirts. I could tell Carrie picked out these outfits. I already know he's going on there to make a comment. You know. Yeah, he looked really presidential.
Oh, he did.
He did.
He looked like he fit in.
I know he really fit right in. That's the Spaniard Al Capone.
I've only seen usually the AI do suits with Ish.
He actually has on a suit. Go look at the pictures when you get off. He
What's it?
has on
Which
a
one is it
suit.
on? Is it on
It's
his?
on his. It's on his page. His on Banff cigars.
All right, I got a question. So you've gone from wearing a uniform of your country and building a brand that carries the names, stories, and the history of those who came before you. So
Mhm.
when you look at everything you accomplished, from your military service to being a trailblazer in the tobacco industry, what does the word legacy mean to you?
Wow. That when I die, my husband has instructions if I go before him that he's supposed to put some of my cigars up underneath the lining of my casket and I sleep on my cigars. No, really. But no, that is one of the instructions. That Ancestry cigars will carry on for hundreds of years down um, throughout, you know, my son will carry it on, his children will carry it on, their children, and so on and so forth. That's see it as being a legacy. I don't want it to die out. I want people to be able to actually look in the books and say, hey, this is what this brand was about, and just go from there, you know. Think about that quite a bit. Like, what is the legacy going to be? If I need to put instructions, to keep it going for hundreds of years. And I've thought about that and everything, we shall see. But hundreds of years, I'm trying to figure out what blender we gonna have. Is she gonna train somebody?
I think he should
That's
train. I have a suggestion. A nice, clean young fella by the name of Clint.
really. Are you starting again in the corner? 5 minutes. Turn around. Don't say anything else. No. Mm-mm. But yeah, uh, that's the way I see the legacy is going as being, you know. And we
Yeah.
shall see, if you work hard enough and you put the foundation in for your legacy, it should be able to last once you're gone. He say, he calls
He's
you a
talking
little
about.
what?
No. I showed the picture of his suit.
He's
What?
talking about himself.
He's talking about
Here we
himself. Oh, she just.
He said, "I'm done. I'm done with him."
She just. Oh, people. Only for her to come back. Um.
It's
So
like
how
this is
was uh?
this is
So
part
how
of the
was your?
community. This is part of the community I love. You know what I mean? Get to have a
Yeah.
How was
regular
y'all family?
conversation.
What's that?
I said I couldn't hear you guys. What happened?
I don't
Ish
know.
booted you off, I think.
You know what?
Streamyard does weird things.
We know StreamYard needs to get it together.
Yep. does weird things,
Hmm.
especially if you don't go in and select the headphones you want.
Oh Jesus.
So let everyone know where to find you. Like
Yes.
you, your cigars, anything you want put out there what you're working on.
All over social media. I'm on Instagram, Ancestry Cigars Incorporated, Ancestry Cigars Owner underscore Enid. I'm on Facebook, Enid Full Body Blanton. I'm all over the place. If you need to get the cigars, you go to www.bamfcigars.com, and I'm all over the place. I am truly all over the place. They might see me this weekend at the American Legion Convention. If anybody's watching me, plan on being there. I am scheduled to come in Sunday, and I'll be in Kentucky until probably Tuesday, Wednesday at the latest. But I will be there. Just come in a little late
So
because I don't want to be there for a week, but I will be there.
in Kentucky, I notice
Yes.
like on your content that you do a lot of postings for your cigar and whiskey pairing events.
Yeah, because I have what year is this? This is 2026. That was in 2023. I got cigar of the year through what was that, Whiskey Network? Yeah, it's in the house. And then last year Ish got it. So it's been like a little family affair thing.
Hmm.
So yeah. Joe does a really good job. He's a real big supporter of Ancestry cigars, and he always tries to pair with the whiskey and everything like that to make sure it's out and everybody knows. So it won't be long. I don't know what their schedule is. That we'll schedule a pairing for Nandi, so we can go from there.
It's cool that you have that support to do that with the whiskey pairings and all that. Bring two communities together.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's pretty fun, especially when I do it with him. The last time we did Hatsapu, we actually came together. And we were at Norwood Cigars and we did it and we did the interview. So it was cool. It really was. I enjoyed it, and we'll get together soon. If we can't pair and get on the schedule this year, we'll make sure we're on the schedule for next year at the beginning.
You know what I like to see in the future for you? An
Yeah,
ancestry wine from someone's vineyard.
talk to Ish. Tell him that would be a nice 47th birthday present in
Uh,
February. That would be wonderful. Okay, send him a text message and say that would be a
No.
blended
nice birthday
blended
gift.
specifically to pair with one of your blends of the cigar line.
He's the cigar blender and he's the wine blender. Tell him that would be
Yeah,
lovely for him to make it
yeah.
happen.
Do you want what flavor I want to tell them to put in it?
What? Not no honey.
I
Ish knows I
knew it
like
was
my
coming at
wine
some point.
dry. He knows I like my wine dry. He knows I like Merlot's Cabernet Sauvignons. He already knows. He knows. He knows that I drink dry. He knows it. But we're not gonna do honey. See, this is the reason why you always have to be on timeout, sir.
All
Okay.
right. I gotta get a little dunce cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my Christmas present I'm gonna send to you. Mhm.
Just
Yeah,
shave the beard and put it on the top.
really. Oh my God. I cannot with you guys tonight. Mm-mm. No, no, no. But
We're gonna
yes,
shave
no
the beard on a
honey.
live.
You're not gonna shave
No.
that beard on no freaking live. You ain't gonna shave that beard off.
Why not? It's only a year old. That's the longest I've grown it.
Are you using all these stuff that his wife made?
Yeah.
No, you're not long enough. You're supposed to be long like Aldi. Get in
All right.
line.
Okay.
You got a long way to go. Aldi been growing his for
I
Yeah.
what,
gotta
five
catch up
years?
to the brothers in Hayes Gray. You know what I mean? Pedro and Rue.
Oh yeah, Pedro and Rue. Yeah, but they got something on you because they were in the Navy and they used to have to shave so much. That's the reason why theirs is growing. Yeah, that's the reason because
It-
they had to shave a lot, so they just said
Every
to hell
five
with it.
minutes.
They like to hell with it. They don't even care anymore now. It's like whatever. Mm-mm. Nope.
So, as being a TPA member, like, how do you feel is going, and like, what's your take on it, and what you want to see out of it?
Well, I can honestly say, as a TPA member, I don't feel as though my brand would be where it is right now if it wasn't for me joining the TPA. Because me joining the TPA, taking the business to the TPA, it's made it a lot better in terms of having a regular blender and a factory that I can trust with my product. And this actually, they're not going to make any decisions behind my back without talking to me first, or whatever decisions they do make, they do it in the best interest of my brand. Every I don't have any complaints about the TPA. As you all know, I'm very vocal. As they say, some people right about now, from the TPA that used to be in the TPA probably don't like me, but I don't care. Uh, but I just want to see it, like, honestly, going global, like the direction that they're taking it. And I'm very happy with them taking it global so that we all can have these connections to, better all our brands, no matter if you're a manufacturer or no matter if you have podcasts or if you're a consumer. I'm really enjoying the way it's going. I mean, I don't have any complaints, you know.
So,
Only
if there is, someone watching, or, someone who watches down the road as a small brand owner, um, what would you say to them that benefit them for wanting to be in the TPA?
I would tell them to uh, always be open to listen. We have some of the best examples in the TPA where they have been in this business 20 plus years. They're not going to steer you wrong. So listen, I mean, even though I've been in the business 6 years, I'm still learning. I don't know everything, and I'll probably be learning until the day I die. But it's I always find something when we have our meetings or something that Kathy sends out, then I have that aha moment, and I would tell anybody, if you're a new brand, new podcast and all of that, to join, because it's so much experience, and it's experience that we have in our organization that other organizations I belong to, I have not had access like I have access right now. That I can pick up the phone, I can call you, and I don't have to talk to your secretary, and you put me on the books for like 4 months down the line. And then, but 4 months down the line, come on and forgot what the hell I needed to talk to you about. So, I mean, the avenues that we have are amazing. The board members, everything that they do. And a lot of people have to understand they are like investing their own money to make everything better for us. I'm very thankful and appreciative of everything that they do.
Yeah,
And
it's
don't start
more
crying, Ish.
it's going to be more of a community, and or less than a community, and more of a family of business owners, industry people that are working together to help solve problems,
Exactly.
help educate, help unite. Um, from I know Angel's in it. I hear him talk about it, and that's takeaways that I hear from Angel.
Mhm.
It's a group of individuals that work together, as a family.
Yep.
Um, so
And one thing I can say is I don't ever, no matter how big the organization gets, I don't think we're ever gonna lose the family connection. You know how like some organizations they get so big that they forget. the foundation. And as long as the TPA, as long as we keep making sure we put the foundation and we keep the family unit together, we'll be okay.
Yeah.
We will be.
It, do you want to mention the? I mean, you don't have to. You can. The TP event coming up in Florida.
Oh yeah, Pensacola. So I'm still on the fence if I'm going to be at that event because I have some other things going on, and for traveling purposes, technically speaking, I'm not supposed to. So uh, it's October 1st through the 3rd. Please get your tickets. I've shared it all on my social media, and it is scheduled to share numerous of times this week. It's still VIP left. It's still sponsorship left. It's still general admission tickets. So it's going to be a very nice event in Pensacola. Please, please, please support the event, no matter who's there, because you have some awesome brands that are going to be there. And we need everybody's support.
Consumers can go.
Yes, consumers can go. Yes, they can. You can purchase your tickets and you can
Yep.
go and you can get to meet us face to face.
Hmm. Unlike other events that are only allowed to the media.
No comment.
That's why I left it with the cliffhanger. Yes, people can figure that out. Yes.
Jesus, no
Uh,
comment.
other than the bougie events where it's owners and media, this is all of the above. Everybody is allowed to go. You just got to get your
Yeah,
tickets.
exactly. And please go on there and get your tickets. We getting down to the wire. Before you know it, it'll be the end of September. And get your tickets.
Yeah. What are some of the things that what's one of the biggest takeaways that you've learned from TPA?
I learned so much. The biggest thing that I have learned from TPA, I would have to say, is honestly, um, it's a lot of things I've learned, but honestly, it's the blending aspect from farm to table. That's the biggest thing that I've learned. And then more to pay attention more to the importing rules and everything like that. Those are the things that I've learned the most. It's been a lot of stuff I've learned, but I've learned those things.
So I'm going to extend this question because Angel, you're part of TPA too. I'm going to extend this question to you as well as a consumer. What is one takeaway that you have learned in there being a consumer? Um,
It's,
since we're talking TPA.
a lot of it is like the knowledge of what goes on behind the scene that you don't see, and like what's like importing, exporting, the taxes and everything that goes into it, and all the challenges that are part of it, and like all the different organizations that are involved. I mean, like it's just that behind the scenes look at the industry that you don't that
Mhm.
are not given to everyone or easily accessed. I mean, that's what I
Yeah.
get out of it. There's so much knowledge to learn. Like she said, the blendings, and when they had a rolling event and all types of things. Is just and there's so many things that go on, and like they incorporate you to further your education within the organization.
Mhm.
So there's so much to gain from the TPA.
Yeah. And where can they find more information on that? If someone wanted to join who's going to be watching this down the road.
Was that www.tpa.com? Am I
Rock
correct ish?
dot rocks.
Yeah,
That
dot rock.
rocks.
Because he's on here, so he's gonna put in a little thing. This is
Yeah. Ish, you want to put that up so I can show it on screen?
sis. Could you please put that up, sir? Thank you. Because I have it already bookmarked on all my stuff, so I just click on it. I don't even have it memorized, but
And also check
I
out
believe it's
their website, allthingscigars.com. Is that what it is?
yeah, correct.
It's, community, um,
Mhm.
is a big thing. Um, I mean, I can tell you that even from you, I've learned a lot tonight. I learn a lot from, Ish when he opens his mouth every single time. Plethora of knowledge. I couldn't even
Mhm.
imagine adding more owners into being in the TPA meetings. You're adding more owners, more blenders, um, and the wealth of knowledge that is in there. It has to be mind blowing at times. Um,
It is. It
so
really is.
And my
yeah,
jokes every once in a while.
yeah.
Yeah, we
Uh,
know. And we don't, we have to put you in the corner. We know.
Great to have a support system and that community set up for that. Um, I believe you just had someone, you just had a new member come in, I believe.
Yeah, it
So
was. I forgot who that was last week that came in, and I was having internet issues, and I ended up getting kicked off. It was
yeah,
a whole big thing. I mean,
yeah,
I'm gonna call the internet company tomorrow and be like, "Look, could you all get this stuff stable? Cause come on
yeah,
now, I mean, what's really going on?"
yeah.
You
I
know.
want to say Carolina of Natives just joined. I think
Yeah.
that might have
Mm-hmm.
been one of
Yep.
the last ones. Yeah. So
Yep.
it's good that it's still growing too. So um, helps everybody out. Where are we at? So 9 minutes left. What if someone came up and did not know Ancestry cigars? What would be something that you would want them to know about Ancestry cigars?
Oh my goodness, that
I know
wow.
that
I
question.
actually got that today. Was someplace and there was a guy. He walked up and he was like, he asked me, he was like, "What's that on your shirt?" I was like, "That's my brand and I own." I just came out and explained to him. I was like, "We've been in business Friday 6 years. Basically, um, our cigars are based upon, when you smoke one of our cigars, it's gonna take you back to one of your ancestors." So and he was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah." I said, "Each one of our cigars tells a story, and it's going to remind you of somebody that you lost, or else somebody that, is still alive. It can remind you of anything." And he was like, "Well, I'm going to look you up on social media." And so he did. He literally, like a lot of people do, he pulls up the social media, like I told you guys before, and they take the phone, they put it to my face. And I'm like, "It's really me."
I can't believe you.
I'm like, I'm only walking around with this shit on, and it's really me. So,
I'm
so
not
he
a
was like,
groupie.
"Hey,
I'm an owner.
no, exactly." But we have to understand that, like, people, I don't care if, like, whatever business you're in, the first mindset of a person that is talking to somebody in business, that it's a man that owns the business and not a woman. So
Yeah.
it's like a shock when they find out that it's a woman that owns it. And even people who came up to my husband, he's like, "No, I'm just the president on the board. She's actually the owner. I just sit on the board and manage the board." And a lot of people, they have that like shock. Like, is it really you? I've had it happen to me so many times where people literally have went to the social media or they've Googled the company and then my pictures come up. And then like, especially now, because I cut my locks off this week, people are like, "Oh, that's not her, that's not her, that's not her." No, it's me. Or else they'll say, "Wait a minute, the person that's on the pictures was fat. She ain't fat. So that could be her." And I'm like, "No, I lost a lot of weight." I get all types of stuff. It's just funny.
Yeah.
But when people come to me, I want them to, and I always let them know that this is something that is going to remind you of one of your ancestors somewhere down the line, or somebody that, even if it's not one of your ancestors, somebody that had a great impact upon your life.
It did for me, so I can say yes.
That's
So
awesome. That really is
you
awesome.
mentioned the clothing. I asked this to everybody. Is that going to be on the website?
Yeah, so it's actually a different person. That website has already been out. It's another person that handles stuff Ancestry Cigar. They handle what I wear and everything like that. And I can actually put that up, and because he did tag me and some stuff and he put it up. But we're still working on stuff because we're working on the fall collection. Because I
Okay.
mean, I really don't have time to manage everything, and a lot of stuff. I've been truly blessed that companies have wanted to pick up Ancestry
Yeah.
Cigar and they wanted to manage that for us. And it's became a lot easier because I'm really not big on, like when I first came out, I was real big on apparel. Okay, we got to have hoodies,
Yeah.
we got to have t-shirts, we got to have all of this stuff. And now that we've been out, it's like as long as I got something, as long as my husband has something, and some of the board members have something, I don't worry about it anymore. Because
Yeah.
I've even changed when I do cutting lights. I don't dress up anymore. I just throw on my damn polo shirts and jeans, and I'm out. So I've changed a lot of stuff, especially since conversations, to just dial it back.
Yeah.
And even at some point in time, we do go back to cutting lights. I really want to do midday or early evening cutting lights. I don't want to do any longer where we there because for so many years I used to be at some cutting lights at 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to do the retirees.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So it's good that you have someone handling that for you. That takes a lot of headache off.
Yeah, it was a headache. I don't want to do that anymore. I like to keep like as I go along in the business, I just want to keep things simple. And if it means that I have to outsource it and it means that I won't make as much money off of it, I'd rather outsource it and the money go back into the business as opposed to having to manage it myself. Because it got to be too much.
That's understandable.
And I don't, let me say this. If you're a new brand, please do not run out there with apparel. Please wait. Just have a few items when you do cut and light, and that's it. Build
Yeah.
up your portfolio before you start getting all that stuff.
Great advice.
So,
That is great advice. Just hand out the swag at cutting lights.
exactly. And get cheap swag, matchbooks. Stuff that's not
Yeah.
expensive. Like if you do t-shirts, have it where they have to spend a certain amount in order to be in the raffle to get those t-shirts, because
Yep.
especially that printing is expensive.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It's very expensive. And if you're not making the money and you're not gonna sit up there and make
Yep.
millions of dollars, it takes
Yeah.
years. And
Yep.
sometimes you better
This.
not ever
Yeah.
make it.
This will get you one raffle ticket. This will get you five raffle tickets. This will get you 10 raffle tickets. There you go. That's how you get the. That's how you get in.
Exactly.
Um.
Exactly.
All right. Final words from you.
Me?
Yes. Final
Thank you
words from
guys for
you.
this wonderful opportunity tonight. I had to come home and take several naps to get ready for the night. It's been a long weekend. And I just thank
I
you
bet.
guys so much for this opportunity. And I look forward to working with you all in the future again.
Yeah. Mr. Cigars with Angel.
I want to thank you for coming out, sharing a cigar, a smoke with us. You know what I mean? Your story, your history, your service and your heart. We appreciate all of it. And everyone out there, go support Ancestry Cigars. Make it a brand, a household name, and go out there and, like try everything new you can smoke out there, everything new. Give all these smaller brands, the boutique brands, the veteran-owned company brands, the ones putting their heart and soul into it, and give them a try because they are making wonderful cigars.
Well said. First off, thank you for your service. I utmost respect to you, girl. You're out there, female cigar owner, running your business. I don't need to look you up and Google you. I know you own it. Um, you're doing amazing things. I've already, told my story about what this cigar did to me. There's not many in the industry that have done that to me. And in my eyes, that's a pretty powerful blend. So I applaud you and I applaud your blender um, of what this has done. Yes, it did bring me back to my childhood. Um, to go off of what Angel said, there's an average of 30 days in the month. You should be treating your palate to something new at least one day out of the month. Live in a wonderful world in today's time of a cigar industry. There are so many amazing blends out there. Treat your palate right. Don't just, it's good to smoke what you like, but try something new. You might be surprised what is out there. To Ancestry Cigars, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule, hopping on with us, sharing your stories, your history, your legacy, and explaining to us what all this means to you, how you got into it, and what the future hopefully holds for you. So I thank you. To
You're
everybody
very
who's
welcome.
watching, yes, everybody who came in tonight or the people who are watching this later, thank you guys for your support. Everybody have a good night. Enjoy your
Good night.
blends and your pairings.